Okay. Hello, Albert. How you doing?
Hey Kenny, how's it going?
It's been a while.
It's been a hot bit since you
Mm-hmm.
didn't come back.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing now? Tell me about yourself.
So, after 2 years of living with you
Mm-hmm.
and graduating, and I moved down to South Side. So I was living in Oakland with you
Oh,
before,
okay.
South
Yeah.
Side. Still working as a paramedic.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm applying to med school, so I'm waiting to hear back. I already did 2 interviews.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow, congratulations on the interviews.
but let's not congratulate me until
I mean,
I.
still, it means a
Uh,
lot.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'm hopeful. So
Okay.
early on, still
Okay. So you're like very busy right now.
busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, working a lot, but I'm having fun.
Okay. How's Southside? I've only been to Southside to watch movies, is it? Or no, to shop and to watch movies, right? I don't remember. What is there to do in Southside? There are
So it,
bars or something, right?
I mean, you have like Carson Street, where I live on
Okay.
Carson Street, and that's where all like a huge amount of bars. Like there's probably easily 100 bars on Carson Street.
Yeah.
I live on the left side of Birmingham Bridge, so it's more
Mm,
quiet. On the other side of Carson Street, it gets wild.
hmm.
My side is a little quiet. It's actually the perfect spot because you don't like get the crazy crowds, but you still
Uh-huh.
can go to all the cool
Yeah,
bars.
yeah. Okay. Is my stuff still in your living room?
It's not in the living room. It's in the attic. But yeah, I still have your stuff.
Yeah, in the attic. All
Um,
right. I'm gonna have to get that
it's a
soon.
year and a half, Kenny.
Yeah, it's been a year and a half. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's been there for a while.
Yeah,
All right. So can you tell me about being a paramedic and emergency medicine?
yeah. So I got my degree in emergency medicine from Pittsburgh, a bachelor's in emergency medicine.
Hmm.
That's actually why I came to Pitt because it's the only university that does a bachelor's in emergency medicine.
Hmm.
And basically, you junior year you go to paramedic school, which
Hmm.
is a rough and intense process. You have to be an EMT before that. So you first get your EMT, then junior year you do your paramedic year, which is, I mean, you remember when I was in paramedic school, you barely ever saw me.
Yeah, no, never saw you.
Yeah, so because it's 18 credits per semester,
Hmm.
and it really should be more than 18. They just call it 18 so they can get away with it. And then on
Yeah,
top of that, it's I think something like 1,000 hours of clinical. So it's a lot.
1,000 hours of clinical.
Yeah, and
Wow,
overnight,
that is a lot. Okay.
and you do overnights and you do um, like long shifts and everything. But once you get your that done, senior year, you
Hmm.
take some classes, but you're already certified a paramedic, so you can start working as a paramedic. So
Damn.
I was working as an EMT before that, but I really started
Hmm.
working as a paramedic 2 years ago, over 2 years ago.
Wait, can you tell me the difference between an EMT and a paramedic?
Right. So EMT is what we call basic life support, and a
Hmm.
paramedic is what we call advanced life support. So EMT is more basic things. Um, they don't. They really is just moving you to the ambulance. Very basic treatments along the way. They can manage you, control bleeding. If your heart's not beating, they can do CPR and compressions.
Hmm.
Operate a AED, which automatically shocks you, and they can give a very limited scope of medications. I think it's like 6 medications.
Okay.
Whereas a paramedic, it's a lot more advanced. The treatments I do is I have full range of pharmacology, so I can give in the state of Pennsylvania something like 50 different medications, all
Oh,
emergent.
wow. Okay.
I do cardiac monitoring. I can interpret cardiac rhythms,
Hmm.
12 leads, so I can see if somebody's having a heart attack or not.
Hmm.
All the manual use of the monitor, so I decide when to shock somebody instead of it being automatic by a computer algorithm.
Hmm.
On top of that, I do advanced airway management, so I can intubate people. I can cut people's necks. We call it crike, a cricothyrotomy.
Uh-huh.
So if somebody's airway swelling, I can cut their neck and put a tube in there so we can help them breathe.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
I
Okay.
can do IVs. I can do IOs, which is when
Hmm.
for some reason you can't get an IV and you still need to get medication in somebody. What you do is you drill into their bone, and that's how you give the medication. Because it access to the vasculature. So yeah, we do quite a bit as paramedics. People generally think that job of an ambulance is to come pick you up and take you to a hospital, and in some ways that is true. But the amount of treatment I can do for a person having an emergent condition before we get to the hospital is really insane. And for a lot of
Yeah.
conditions, there's not that much I can do. Like if somebody got shot, I don't have a surgery suite.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's having a really bad respiratory emergency or cardiac emergency, I can do pretty much the first half hour of hospital treatment by myself.
Wow, that's crazy. So, wow, that was a lot. Okay. So, while you were out at night, you were doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Pittsburgh, I thought you were just, just eating Domino's, just chilling at night.
I mean, people always joke that EMS stands for earn money sleeping, right? And we do, but it can be pretty hit or it also depends where you work. Some services are busier than others. In my previous job, we were running all the time. You work a 12-hour shift, you're going to see at least 8 patients. My other job, you work a 24-hour shift, you might see 3. So
wow, okay.
During your downtime, you can do whatever you want, like as long as you're within service area and within a reasonable distance for your municipality. You can pretty much you can go out, grab some food,
Okay.
sleep, do whatever you need to, as long as when the radio goes off, you get
I actually had a question about becoming a paramedic. So you went to Pitt. So as you mentioned before, there was a bachelor's degree for being a paramedic. Okay. How do other people become paramedics? Do they have to go to school after university or?
So most people that become paramedics in the United States get their associate's degree in paramedicine. So they usually go through college or a local college, and it's usually a 2-year program. Most of that is prereqs, and then they do their paramedic program afterwards. So most paramedics in the United States are associate's degree paramedics. Very few have bachelor's degrees, which is something we've kind of been trying to push for more in the field. We can get people more educated.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. So I remember you took some courses such as biochemistry with me. That I only went to class because you drove me, remember? In the mornings.
Can I get them to class?
Wow, yeah, those morning classes were hard. But
the biochem classes are not part of the emergency medicine degree.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you.
I took them as a supplement just so I could meet my requirements for
med school.
So, yeah. Okay,
so yeah, okay. Are you trying to do emergency medicine after you get into med school as well?
I'm not sure what's gonna happen. That's always the thought I had. The problem is the job market for emergency medicine doctors is really looking terrible. They predict in 10 years, 10,000 emergency medicine doctors are going to be employed because the jobs are kind of not necessarily disappearing, but there's very large saturation of emergency doctors coming into the market, and there's also PAs and nurse practitioners entering the field, and that's decreasing the amount of slots for doctors. So I'm not sure. I really like pediatrics, so I think maybe that's probably where up is with kids. Even on the ambulance, I really love working with kids now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you know how we're in like a pandemic right now? COVID-19 is going. Yeah.
I've had to.
Yeah. Can you tell me about how you deal with COVID as a paramedic?
So, COVID has made our jobs a lot harder than it was before. If you call 911 in Allegheny County and you tell them that you have any symptom that might be COVID related, so fevers, it's the respiratory things, they go through a screening with you on the phone if you're exposed to COVID and things like that. So if there's a reasonable suspicion that you might have COVID or been exposed to COVID, then I have to go through COVID precautions for that. I have to get my gown on, which is one of those blue disposable gowns. I'll have a respirator, which is a big respirator here with the filters, eye protection. And then I had to treat my patient. That makes it harder because it's harder, to communicate with your patient, but it also, you've got a lot of stuff on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's unwieldy. In the summer, it sucks because it gets really hot. You know,
Yeah, I bet.
we have to pull people out of their houses sometimes, and if they're
Wow.
heavier and you're sweating and everything, plus you
Mhm,
got all that gear on, it's not fun. But
mhm,
yeah, I mean, peak COVID for us was I think last December. Really, that's when it was the worst for us here in Allegheny County.
mhm.
And I was seeing 3 or 4 COVID patients a day. You know,
Okay.
now and
Wow.
then it kind of dropped off since then, and now it's starting to kind of pick up again, unfortunately.
Mhm. Wow. Okay. And how's it like being a paramedic in Allegheny County? I remember whenever you came back, sometimes you looked really stressed, like there were some dangerous situations.
Yeah,
Do you,
I mean,
yeah.
so well, when we lived together, I was working in McKees Rocks, which is
Mhm,
area of the county that's it's very inner city. It's poor. It's high crime.
mhm.
So sometimes I run into some sketchy situations there. I've had a gun pointed at me before, unfortunately.
Wow. Okay.
But for the most part, it's not. Um, it's like being a paramedic anywhere else.
Mhm.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
anytime that something really messed up happens, you're
Mhm,
probably gonna have an ambulance going to it. So you do get to see your fair share of things like that.
mhm. Wow. Well, I guess these are like really good experiences for you, especially if you're trying to get into medicine.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
I think in terms of jobs you can do before medical school, I always tell people I think there's very few things that prepare you as well, right? Because
Mhm,
a lot of people do a lot of different jobs and research and other medical jobs, and I think all those things prepare you in their own special ways.
mhm,
But what I think about being a paramedic is a
mhm.
lot of times it's just you call 911 and you are dead or on the brink of it. It's me. It's literally
Yeah.
me.
Uh-huh.
Which is not a responsibility that a lot of 22-year-olds have had, or 23-year-olds now have had.
Yeah.
So I think whereas I, as somebody who got a bio degree, I'm probably like coming into med school very lacking in that and
Mhm.
bio degree aspects of
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
where the more nuanced, Krebs cycle and all that crap. I
Yeah.
definitely have very advanced at the MCAT, but
Mhm.
like I got it within like an hour of the MCAT. But I can make a medical decision. I can manage a patient. I can talk to a
Yeah.
patient. I can do that.
Yeah,
So
that's definitely important. And so I asked Sean this question too, but do you think working or taking a few years off before applying to professional graduate school is important? Do you think that helped you?
yes, I absolutely think it helped me for
Mhm.
many reasons. One, Kenny, you and I are very similar people. We both like really hate school. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no, you're
That was
right.
not for us. even though we
Mhm.
couldn't do more. And I say that half is a joke, obviously,
Mhm.
but I definitely needed a break from school.
Yeah.
But also just it's a good time to develop other skills that school doesn't develop, right?
Mhm.
Become a little more of adult, get some extra money,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
do that. But yeah, I absolutely from the beginning wanted to take a gap break.
Mhm.
And the med students I have talked to, pretty much every one of them has said they're either glad that they took their gap time or they
Mhm.
regret not doing it.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that was very informative. Thank you so much. And yeah, before we end, I wanted to say congratulations on becoming an American.
I am an American now. Yes.
Tell me, how'd you become an American? What was the whole process like?
Well, it took a while, right? So
Uh-huh.
I moved to the U.S. when I was 9 years old. I moved to
Okay.
Mexico.
Mhm.
The visa that we came on is not like the standard visa that most people come on,
Mhm.
called the TN visa, and it's very like specific workforce kind of thing that my father applied for. I think they only
Mhm.
give like 1,000 out a year or something like that.
Oh wow.
So we were on that visa for a long time. At the end of high school, we all got our permanent residencies,
Mhm.
which is, your green card.
Yep.
So I got the green card, and I was on the green card for 5 years. 5 years is, I think, the minimum you have to be on the green card before you can apply for citizenship.
Okay.
So the day I hit 5 years, literally the day I applied for citizenship.
Mhm.
So to apply for it is actually fairly simple once you have the green card, right?
Mhm.
Getting the visa, I think initially is the hardest part. There's a lot of lot of things that my dad had to do. I honestly don't know most of it because I was 10, but there was lawyers involved. There was thousands of dollars. It's expensive.
Wow.
So, but once I applied for citizenship, you go on the online portal, you type your information in, they make you go through this entire long questionnaire that's really stupid.
Yeah.
They literally ask me like if you're a criminal, but like they'll be like, have you ever raped anybody? No, no.
Oh.
Yes to this.
Mhm.
Or they've asked you if you've ever conspired to overthrow the United States government, or you've ever been a terrorist. Like those are actual questions. Like look it up. Like it's wild.
Okay. Wow.
I said no to all of those, obviously. I'm not a terrorist.
Yeah.
And then you pay your $950.
$950. Wow, that's strong.
Wait a very long time.
Mhm.
I waited about a year, and then at the end of the year, they send you an email saying you've been scheduled for your interview. So you go to your interview, you talk with the person, you do your citizenship test, which is there's a list of about 100 questions on American history and politics they can ask you about. And they're pretty simple questions. They'll be like, what year was the United States founded? And how many senators are there? Things like who's the president? Things, very easy things, but that they want people to know and understand. And they ask you, there's a big list of questions, but they only ask you 10, and you have to get, I think, 7 right. So I got the first 7 right, and they stopped asking questions.
Okay.
After that, they say, okay, and then they approve you. And then 2 weeks later, they say, okay, we're having a ceremony. So you come into your ceremony, you take allegiance, and you're an American.
Congratulations, you're one of me.
I'm one of you. I am the new
You are the new Tri-Nation son. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. I remember back in college when you lost your green card.
Oh, that was the worst day of my life.
It was crazy. You were on hold for like hours. Remember that?
Yeah. I mean, dealing with United States citizenship and immigration is just it takes a while.
It's a lot, yeah.
And the problem is if you lose the green card is the single piece of you're a permanent resident.
Yeah.
Single paper that like proves that you're anything in this country, right? So like, I also lost my wallet, so I lost my license. I lost like a bunch of documents and things that were in my wallet. I had the green card in. So to get my license, I had to get my green card. But to get the green card, I had to go through other things, and it took a while.
Yeah, and as a paramedic, like it's important to have your license and your documents, basically. So
yeah, the good thing is I was still licensed, so I was still like, able to. I got the provisional license, but like to get the actual thing, it took a while.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. And how's Pittsburgh? How's everything in Pittsburgh?
It's great. Having fun. Still have friends here.
Who's still in Pittsburgh?
So still in Pittsburgh.
There's Michelle.
That you would know is Michelle, and I see
Sean.
her all the time.
Wait, how's Michelle?
Michelle's doing well. She's doing well. Actually, we've had a lot of fun together in the past few months. We went to Costa Rica together. It was really fun.
You went to what?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, yeah. I saw pictures.
Craig came too. It was fun. We were too busy being Korean.
I was in Korea. That was sad.
Next time we go, you should come.
Definitely. For sure. And then Sean's
still here. Neil's still here.
In his video, he called you an orangutan. Do you have a rebuttal?
Sean is a bitch. That is
okay. Straightforward. Okay, cool. I miss Pittsburgh. I have to visit once because I need to get my stuff in the first place.
Back at this point. I don't even know where it is, honestly. Like I know I have it somewhere in this house.
Yeah. I just need it because all my winter stuff are in there, and Philly is like cold, so I probably need my jackets and everything, right?
Wait, what are you doing for Halloween? Come for Halloween.
Halloween. I think I have an exam the day before Halloween. So on Halloween I don't know.
Is Sunday.
Yeah, I know. So like I have a exam on Friday. I have 2 exams on Friday. So Halloween weekend is going to be fun for me. At least I hope it's going to be.
Come that weekend.
To Pittsburgh? I don't know. I was thinking maybe like winter break. I was thinking winter break.
All right.
Because that's a lot more time If it's Halloween, it's just for like a day.
Yeah, I'll be around winter break.
Okay, I'll let you know. Well, thank you so much. You have
Anytime.
calls in a few hours or
So yeah, I've worked it in an hour actually.
in an hour? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, get ready, eat up, rest up.
It's a short shift. It's only 8 hours.
8 hours? That sounds short. What are you talking about?
So it's standard shifts are usually 16 or 24. So
Wow.
I'm on short shift. Yeah, it's quick 8 hours in and out.
Okay, whatever you call it. Enjoy.
You get it.
All right. Thanks so much, man.
All right, see you, man.